Welcome to this short video. If you are interested in improving team performance, you will not be disappointed in what we are offering. Please note, we can facilitate this course for you, or we can equip your trainers to facilitate it under a licensing agreement. This course or supervisory toolkit follows an 8-step process to improving team performance. These 8 steps also represent the key learning outcomes, and I will use the rest of the video to briefly go through each step. The course is very practical. We have created a simulation or mock-up of a mining and processing line, which we use to compete teams against each other over a number of shifts. The purpose of the line is to produce minerals for sale to the market. We also impose problems on the teams to make this very real. Examples of problems include breakdowns, unsafe conditions, lost time injuries, Section 54s. General information. We can run this course with anything between 12 and 20 learners. We would require that the learners are at grade 11. That is, if we are doing this for unit standard purposes. The duration of the course is 3 days, and we are running this course based on the unit standard supervised work unit to achieve work unit objectives. Step 1 of the toolkit, company goals. This learning unit will always be customized to the specific company, and the purpose of this unit is very simple. A supervisor needs to align his or her goals to the company's business plan, to stakeholder expectations, to company values, purpose, vision, the value chain, and to the scoreboard or targets. Step 2 of the toolkit, accept work. And this, of course, is all about supervisor accountability. If the supervisor does not accept accountability for his or her role, we are obviously not going to achieve anything. And there are 2 aspects we study here. We study the expectations of stakeholders, namely company, management, and team expectations, which inform the supervisor's role. We also study the skills required of the supervisor, and we look at the technical requirements of the supervisor's role, and we look at skills as are influenced by changing conditions. Specifically, we look there at the physical part of the work, which changes on a day-to-day basis, and that can include things like breakdowns, fall of ground, chute blockages, and that obviously influences the nature of skills the supervisor needs. We also look at how conditions around the team changes, and there we would look at aspects like absenteeism, insubordination, and so on. And between the expectations and the skills, this will influence the capacity of the supervisor to accept accountability for his or her role. Step 3, empower team. And what you are looking at here is a list of the quality of skills possessed by team members. To empower a team, the supervisor needs to ensure the team has the appropriate range and quality of skills. Also, that the team members are placed according to their natural roles, and I'm referring here to personality. And then lastly, the supervisor needs to ensure that the team adopts the appropriate culture or habits. Okay, step 4, communicate work. A big focus area of this learning unit is visual management, and we are referring to the use of whiteboards, which we use to communicate work targets and expectations and to monitor performance of the team. We also focus on meetings, and we provide a very user-friendly but effective agenda for meetings. We call it the 3P agenda. That's P for people, P for production targets, and P for process. Step 5 of the Supervisory Toolkit, lead work. So what we will study in this unit is vision, and we are going to consider how a supervisor constantly provides vision during the shift. We'll also look at visible felt leadership, and we will look at situational leadership, which helps the supervisor prioritize certain team members in terms of coaching. Step 6, monitor work. This is obviously a very important role of the supervisor. And in addition to physical monitoring of team members' behavior, the supervisor will need to identify waste and losses during the shift. And then we also focus in this unit on how the monitoring happens. So we are referring here to digital or the use of charts for monitoring, which make it very easy to identify acceptable or unacceptable trends. Step 7, address variances. Naturally, if variances are positive, the supervisor will recognize the team for that positive variance. Negative or unacceptable variances require immediate action from the supervisor, and this action can be based on whether the variance is a routine one or a non-routine one. For routine standard variances, the supervisor must act decisively and take action. For non-routine, slightly more complex variances, the supervisor must lead a problem-solving approach and take action. Step 8, review shift. This is the final step in our supervisory toolkit. What we would like to see is the supervisor lead his or her team in a review of the shift in terms of the results, methods used during the shift, and of course the supervisor should personally reflect on his or her own performance, even if that involves inviting feedback from the team. Ultimately, what we would like to know here is that this shift was a safe shift, that it complied with quality standards, that it met the requirements in terms of volume and tons perhaps, and that it was a cost-effective shift. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. I sincerely hope I have triggered your interest. May I encourage you to go to the SuperTrain blog and view the very professional 4-minute video of the actual simulation in action. Thank you.